I'm keen to offer a session today in relation to just the aches and pains that we might be experiencing in our bodies at the minute. There's been obviously massive shifts for us all, and then a certain amount of routine coming in to our new experience and how our life has been showing up. And yeah, this can bring in feeling of push-pull, of tension, of release, because as we know, our lives, when we carve them out, take a little bit of time to do that and to find the best routine, and we are just doing that within this new environment. So it's been really, number one, really gentle with yourself. I know myself, I sometimes put a little bit of pressure on, so I'm now feeling that within my physical body, and I just wanted to offer out this idea of finding that now to release and softness within it. So, as we know, we always begin with the breath just being that number one component of yoga, and that shift of our nervous system into a more relaxed and calm state, and all that does within the body system and the mental body when we shift into a deeper breath. So just allowing the eyes to soften wherever that is for you, a focal point or the closing of the lids. Just sealing your eyes, your focus at the center of your eyebrow, the tip of your nose or the crown of your head. As you find that focal point within your eyes, then allowing all of your awareness, all of your intention and attention to flow to your breath. The physical feeling of your breath as it comes in and out of your body. The spaciousness that it provides to your mind. So as you breathe in, imagine that air coming into your mind like a strong wind, and just blowing those thoughts that might pop up just away from our focus and just coming back to the breath. And then with a nice long spine, broad sense of spaciousness in the collarbones, a softening of the chin, and allowing the brain and the heart space to, or the mind and the heart space to be connected and in line with one another. And imagining like they were one of those little games where as you breathe in, you can fill your whole body up to the crown of the head and beyond, and as you breathe out, you can imagine that releasing right down to your belly, almost like a tube of support in the center of your spine, all of that water flow easing out. So as you breathe in, filling your body with a presence of water light, and then breathing that out. Beautiful. And then beginning to ride your breath. So just relaxing your hands depending on where you've started your yoga posture. If they're on your knees or if you're in cross-legged at a comfortable spot, starting to circle the shoulders round. Really being present to what is. So easy to move into projections of the future or entertain ideas from the past. We just want to be with what is. And if that's with smoothness in your shoulders, fantastic on a physical plane. If it's tension with your shoulders, it's all okay, it's all fine. We're just allowing, just really holding space for ourselves for anything that is to show up. No expectations, pure, unconditional love. And applying that as we rotate in the opposite direction, maybe our awareness to our mind space. Can we bring in that idea of freer mind, of active thoughts? Can we blow that air into the space of our mind, that breath, that prana that only experiences the now? Or again, are we functioning in the past or the future? And then gently start to circle one shoulder and then the other. So just massaging them up, round and down. Don't worry if your movement is working through your breath with this one, or you could be in sync with your breath. Starting to feel the rib cage. Great. I'm going to work a little shoulder dance. This very much comes from the connection of Kundalini Yoga. So you want to imagine like a seesaw. As one shoulder comes up, the other shoulder comes down, and your chest is like the pivot point for, or the center point of your sort of weighing scales or seesaw. And maybe picking up a stronger breath now. So breathing in with one shoulder and breathing out with the other. So I mean, when I say a stronger breath, a swifter breath. Great. And then let's relax the shoulders down, soften one ear to one shoulder, taking a deep breath in there. And going to the alternate side. And softening the chin into the chest. Deep breath. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back, feeling them wrap around. And opening through the chest. One extra breath there. Beautiful. And then I'm going to invite you to release your legs. So that might be just coming forward to the top edge of your mat and bringing your knees back. If you need any extra padding, please add that in. And then let's work with our movement side to side. So we want to bring one hip closer to one elbow or shoulder, and then to the alternate side. So essentially we're just moving the hips, the buttocks, and I often think of this like a little smiley face, because I'm very childlike in my yoga play. Definitely my inner child comes out to play, well, not only in yoga, but so you want to imagine that your hands are like the two eyes of your smiley face, and as you move your buttocks and hips from left to right, you're making that sort of arc or that banana shape. So you're moving one buttock, one hip closer to the other shoulder. And if you want to bring that kind of banana feel free to look over. If you want to bring the upper half of your spine and rib cage into this. So one side is lengthening, one side is contracting. We're just breathing, guys. Keep breathing. And then from here, we're going to shimmy the knees and hips back a little bit, and then reach one arm forward. The other arm, we want to bend the elbow and place it underneath the shoulder. And as you exhale, starting to roll out towards the side of your mat, and as you inhale, come back to the center. So we're just getting this gentle little rock from side to side, letting the head soften maybe to a brick or a towel if you're using that support. Just getting to know your shoulder, your ball and socket joint in your shoulder. Getting to know all these lovely connections around your armpit, your lymph, and how it all works together, and what range of movement you've got available. So just take 2 more breaths with that motion. And then let's release, coming back into the midpoint, reaching the arm up that you've been working with and feeding that underneath the opposite arm. And as you feed it through, see if you want to go to your forearm, or maybe you want to wriggle down to your shoulder joint. If that feels nice, maybe you want to rest your head onto a brick or maybe the floor. And trying to level back the hip that is the same as the shoulder or the arm that's down towards the earth, so the one that's reaching over towards the side. If you're with me, it's my left arm, or if you're mirroring me, obviously be your right arm. And you want to draw that hip backwards, so essentially your hips and buttocks are level and balanced. If you want to raise and weight bear, reach the arm up. If you want to wrap, turn the arm down, maybe place it on your lower back, give yourself a little bit of love, or wrap it round for the inner thigh. And then maybe reach your gaze, start to spiral, but keep your hips nice and balanced with this. Big broad breaths, beautiful. And as we inhale, let's roll, reaching back up, placing the palm underneath the shoulder, and then pressing back up to standing, or to kneeling, I should say. Beautiful. Excuse me. So let's go to the opposite side. So let's reach the arm forward, the arm you've not worked with. Soften the other forearm so that the elbow's under the shoulder. Fantastic. And as you reach that arm forward, maybe you want to feel with the palm or the fingertips. It's up to you what height you need. And then you want to relax the head and begin to roll, that little gentle sway. And just start really gently. It's always the best way in yoga. If we start lighter, we can always increase. It's always a nice way to safely and securely support your breath and body. And if you find that your breath isn't nice and powerful and deep, that could be an awareness check that your intention and awareness has drifted from your breath, or that you've gone into too much of a expansive posture for that part of your body. Okay, let's take one more deep breath in. And then inhaling, let's reach that arm up towards the ceiling. And exhaling, let's feed it underneath, sweeping it through. Beautiful. And then choosing where you wish to go with this next posture. If you're breathing in, to raise the arm. If you're exhaling, move that buttock and hip back and away. So you've got a nice level hip and shoulder balance. And then possibly reaching the gaze up. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Beautiful. A little smile always helps, guys. I have to remind myself. Ace. And then as we inhale, let's reach the arm up. Exhale, let's ground it down. And inhaling, let's reach back to neutral. Fantastic. So the shoulders should feel a little bit looser now, and the spine and back. Let's take a few breaths, tucking the toes under, softly pressing back to wherever feels nice, and then easing back forwards and through. So we're getting this gentle roll back, excuse me, and coming forward. Beautiful. Okay, and then as we come forward this time, let's choose either down dog or the bent knees and come into Balasana. And then as we get into down dog, let's find the top edge of our mat. If you're not there, reach forward, level the feet, level the hips. And shake out the head, take a gesture of a sign of yes and the sign of no. You really want to have a nice loose neck so that you're not engaging any tension in the area of your body. But then you want to align your spine right to the crown of your head. So as you elevate and lift your hips and reach out of each vertebra, creating tons of space, loads of room for that energetic body to travel and expand, and like a motorway, opening the space, opening the room for more flow. And then softening the knee joints are always really beautiful, just to take a gentle lift of the buttocks as you soften the knees, but encourage the heels to ground. And then as you breathe, again, check in with that head connection. Can you look to your knees, thighs, or as if you're gazing to your navel point? Often yoga is called navel gazing, if I can get the words out. So looking inwards in order to go out. It's not a selfish practice. Not that there's anything wrong with being selfish. We've got an interesting conditioning around that idea. We want to top up our own tanks in order to be able to giving from a full cup. So let's take one more deep breath. Let's wrap the shoulder blades down the spine, lengthen the neck. Beautiful. And then let's relax. So I'm going to invite you to step through with the right leg. So let's all go together. And as you inhale, try and lift onto the balls of the toes of the back leg and elevate and bring that thigh or knee close to your chest. If you're doing this from kneeling, You want to bring the knee in and maybe round out through the back so you engage with your core. So you're just bringing one leg in and then the opposite side. So your down dog, you can stay here or you can come forward if you want a bit of a demand on those strengthening on your shoulders. You know, it's important that we're strong as well as flexible. Team it with your breath. So as you exhale, coming forward, and as you inhale, releasing out. If you use yoga for your mental body, I am strong. And as you inhale, I am together. We might not have felt like that recently. No, there's been points where I haven't. It's all good. It's all in the flow. So I'm strong. I am together. Beautiful. And then as we bring the right knee in this time, let's encourage the elbow creases to go forward, that real opening through the shoulders. Lift the lower belly, rise onto the balls of the toes of the back leg, step the leg through. Try and make that as fluid as you can. Okay, beautiful. So as we inhale, let's again check in with that neck alignment. Excuse me, having hair issues. Lots of learning here with my hair. Can't get to our hairdressers, can we? And as we inhale, let's draw the shoulder blades down the back. Let's press into the back foot, or if you're softening the knee into that dropping of the knee to the earth. And then, if you're going to be picking up a balance point here, raise maybe one hand to your thigh, so right hand to right thigh, or maybe both hands. And try and keep that spine for today nice and low. We're building this connection into the back leg. Got time to raise it. You want to reach the hands back, feel free, so reach the fingertips to the back heel, or bring the palms together. And if you like to nestle your chest on the inside of the thigh, or you like to raise the arms up, these are all lovely additions and options to flow with in this posture. All give you a similar experience, just depends on how you feel. Let's take one more breath here. Beautiful, and then as we release the hands, let's ground the back knee. If you're padding the mat, please do. Relax the toe and foot, open up the front of the foot, and then press the hands, if you like to the thigh, and lift up through the chest. Sorry, I've not done a very good positioning of my camera today, but if you are raising the elbows or the hands, bring them to the back of the head. Think about upward lifting. Remember, back bending is upward lifting. Can't bend back if we don't uplift. You want to open up through the spine. So as the hands nestle into the back of your neck, imagine that you're trying to pop the cork of your head out of the wine bottle of your beautiful body, this essence that is you. It's been nurtured, pressed and created, and then been given time to age. So let's smile into that, guys. Let's keep breathing. Beautiful. And then exhaling, let's relax the hands down. Let's soften the buttocks back and let's peel the toes with them. So we're just going to take a little warm up for this. I'm going to invite you, if you can, to keep going back and forth. So breathing in as you lengthen the buttocks, and this time raise the gaze and chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades down. And then as we reach back, really being gentle with your fingertips on the mat, possibly pull the toes back to encourage that nice length of your hamstrings. Beautiful, those little, playing those strings in the back of your leg. Beautiful. And as we work with this again, a lovely mantra, I bring in freedom, fun or flexibility, and I release tension, anger or stress as we ease into that back line, the place where we kind of push these more intense energies down and away from our physical vision. Beautiful. Okay. And then as we rest in this position, beginning to take some wider breaths, maybe expanding the heel forward, or maybe wriggling the leg back. And if you need some bricks, feel free. If you're going to soften down with this one, begin to encourage the hips and the hands to line up. So we're coming into that nice lengthened position. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. wherever you are with this, whether the legs are long or whether the knees and ankles are quite close together. Doesn't matter, we're still getting that lovely vibrant stretch. And then wherever we are, let's bring the shins, the knees, the calves back together. Let's land the palms back at the top edge of our mat, so maybe a little walk down our mat. And then relaxing either into down dog or into Balasana, this lovely position with the knees bent. Beautiful. Okay, retune to your breath. So we've connected on one side. We want to bring that lovely balance to our opposite side. So as we breathe in, let's look forward down the mat. Let's raise up onto the balls of the toes, or if you're in kneeling, bring the left knee in, hug it close, and gently try and step it through. As we ease the hips towards the mat, lengthen the legs or soften the knee. Open up through the back of the neck, so we need to look down to do that. And imagine that lovely connection as you breathe from, as we started, from your spine, or the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Another beautiful teaching point here is if you are going to work with balance, you want to imagine that you're trying to ease your front hip backwards and drive your back hip forwards. And then alright guys, had a little power situation in my phone. Okay. If you're going to elevate one hand or both, or maybe reaching the hands back or nestling the palms together. If you're breathing in, maybe easing down. Okay guys, sorry, we had a little technical issue. So picking up with the left leg forward, right leg back, reaching up through the arms, nestling down through the legs, and again, really taking that into our yoga practice, how things don't always go as we expect them to, and we just work with what we've got and move on from it. As we breathe in, let's release back with the knee, elevate possibly through the hands to the thigh or the back of the head. Again, get into that lovely wine moment, that essence, that chest, that expansion. Beautiful, elbows broad and wide. Breathful and deep. Fantastic. And as we soften the hands down, let's take a reverse back with the buttocks, bringing the toes back, breathing out. And as we breathe in, coming forwards, lifting the chest and the gaze this time, squeezing the shoulders back. 2 more breaths here. You're bringing your mantra again, releasing anger, stress or tension, breathing in to lightness, to fun. I can't remember the other ones we said. Must be fun that I need at the minute. Any mantras, a mind track, anything that you want to set your focus to. So as we drop the hips, let's lift up through the chest, lengthening the toes. Staying here, present with this stretch. If you're getting a beautiful union of release and strength, if you need to ease the heel forward or soften the leg back or drop the hips, let's move with the flow. Oh, getting some real gorgeous bursts of sunshine here. So let's take 3 more breaths. Fantastic. Okay. So to bring ourselves back, let's either bring the knees together or roll onto one side of your body, shift the hips, bring the legs together and cross through the ankles and legs. Okay, so really nice just to circle the spine, the chest, the shoulders, noticing the space of your lower back, your hips, in both directions. Okay, so we're just going to do a couple more stretches and then a little relaxation. So let's bring the legs together, soles of the feet. Let's turn it around for a minute. And palms, wrapping the feet, lifting up through the chest, knees and legs going wide. Just breathing into the inner thighs. that butterfly moment. Transformation of the breath, the time that you have just spent. And then lengthening one leg away, bringing the toes back, engaging the thighs so the back of the leg can relax, but opening up through the side of the body, reaching the arms up, extending over to the side, but keeping your chest really open to the front of, well, to me. So as we're practicing together, keeping that chest really open, softening over to a point where you get that nice expansion through the side body and breathing into it. And a look underneath, but keeping that beautiful head aligned with the arms. Good. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then releasing. Okay, let's come to the other side. So bending in with the other leg. If you need bricks, sorry I didn't mention, popping it underneath your knee and thigh, drawing back the toe, lifting up from the waist, and then as we reach over, extending the top arm and getting to your optimum. Don't worry about anybody else's. This is about your practice, your body, your breath, bringing union. That's what yoga is. So let's union, find that union of our breath, breathing in. One more deep breath. And as we release the hand, coming back up to the center and relaxing through the left.